What if I combined the Olga Soby Dutch pour and silver spray paint all into one painting? That's what we're going to do today. You know, if you watch my latest videos, I've been experimenting with spray paint, not spraying directly on, but spraying into a cup and then getting the liquid and using that in my pour. And I want to try and use that in a Dutch pour to see if we can't make something special. And I love Olga Soby's technique. I took her class. I cannot recommend it enough. If you want to take it, I'll put a discount code and the link to that in the description below. After you see this painting, you may want to try that if you haven't already. Just to show, my base is going to be this Lake Blue by Master's Touch. And then I have Master's Touch Fluorescent Green, Mid Yellow from Got Ideal, Windsor Blue from Galleria Acrylic, and Titanium White from Galleria Acrylic. Galleria. Winsor and Newton Galleria. And those are the colors I'm going to use. Again, this is going to be my base. And let me just move everything out of the way here. So generally with a painting like this, I use 60-70% as the base, and then something like 30-40% as the top. I'll probably use a little bit less, you know, as the paints that I use inside. Now this is really, really, really thin. Let me just show you. And this is coming off a big fat popsicle stick. If it was a smaller popsicle stick, you'd see it is super thin. So you need a little bit less when you have a super thin consistency like this. If you haven't, I'll link to my acrylic pour calculator. It'll give you all the measurements. Put in the measurements of your circle, square, rectangle, painting surface, thick, medium, thin. It does it in grams or ounces, and it'll tell you how much paint you need for your pour. First thing, we gotta put our base down. I did pre-coat because I hate not having enough paint at the end. And I'm gonna keep some of this. I probably actually have enough paint that I could just drizzle it off. I did mix my paints today. They haven't been sitting for a while, so I have lots of bubbles. I think normally I would take my hairdryer and just spray it all out. I guess we can still do that. And again, I always use the cold setting. I don't want hot air going on here, so I'm going to wait till it cools down. Oh, forgot I need the high. So if you did notice, if I moved really fast or I got really close with my mini hairdryer, it pushed the paint off and shot it off. I have a little bit of paint shot off. So you just want to make sure you go nice and steady. I'm too impatient to do that sometimes, but don't follow me. Be nice and steady. Don't have any issues like that. So, I think I want the blue to go first. We're just going to do a traditional Y. I think I want a little bit of the, well, yeah. We'll do the yellow. And this is where I want to be a little bit different. So let me put my mask on first. As always, I apologize for the muffled, but you definitely want to be safe while you're doing this. And then I've learned if you shoot this in and kind of cup it around, it actually works way better. So and see how I get some liquid? That's really what I want. And so we're going to now, oh. That was so interesting. It flowed for a minute, and then obviously I got, it kind of dried on top, and then it kind of turned into a flat, you can kind of see it here. I wonder if I have my, so you can kind of see it here, how it's got a skin. Not sure how I like it, honestly. I do like what it did right in here.
Sometimes you just need to start over. So in this case, I layered the colors again in a slightly different order to see if I can't bring out some more of those cells when I use the hairdryer.
Yeah, I think I like it without the spray paint. But again, that's why I love to experiment like this and kind of see what works, what doesn't work. I don't think it really works. I think it dries too fast is the problem. But otherwise, I really like how this turned out. There's too much paint. I got a little bit of this silver here. All right, so let's get you in for a close-up here. I really love how this painting turned out. I do have a little bit of silver still. I got a little right here. I got a little up in here. Some flecks underneath right here that you can see. But overall, I don't think using spray paint for an acrylic pour is really going to work. However, doing the Olga Soby Dutch pour technique with her mixes and how we layer paint and things, you can just get some amazing cellular action. I just love it, and I'm having even more cells pop up. And I did do a review of that course. It's in this video here.